So today we're going to fix the Department 56 LEGO Warehouse Forklift. It's like the loading the sleigh, it's like the Halloween coal cart. The only difference is it is LEGO. Now, to give you an example of one that works, which is this, okay, just kidding, which is this one. There we go. Okay, so that's what it's supposed to do. So this one works. Now, this one right here on. Now it sounds, I hear the motor running. So most likely, okay, yeah, most likely, yeah, I feel the magnet right there. Okay, let's turn the buzzer off. So usually if you hear the motor running, yeah, it usually just means the belt is bad. However, we're going to change both because I don't want to get in here and just change out the belt. I want to show you how to change the motor and the belt. So let's get to it, shall we? What you're going to need for this is a new motor. That is if your motor is bad. This one, I like this brand. A lot of these were made with this Mabuchi. So I use this as a replacement, 500 TB-12560, okay? Just search that up, and it's like a, search up hobby motor. I'll have it in the link. And a pulley puller, gonna need a pulley puller, and 1.25 inch replacement belts, okay? So, first thing you gotta do is there's 4 screws located up here. Make sure that you undo those, and then real simple, okay? It just pops off like that. By the way, the loading the sleigh, North Pole loading the sleigh is the same thing. Now, I opened this one, and this belt looks really good. I'll show you an example of a bad belt. You see how it's shaped like however it was stored in the heat and the cold, year after year. However it's stored in like this one position. Usually it's like a teardrop shape. And this one still has some elasticity, but that shape, I want it to be, you know, a good, oh, there we go, I see a crack in it too. It's going to break any minute. Yep. If you are in a pinch and you do not have 1.25 inch belts, you can use a very small rubber band. It's not going to last you for more than maybe a season, but that's okay. Also, if you don't even have that for some reason, you don't have the right size, if your belt is still kind of pliable and it's, let's just say it's broken, it's snapped in half, but that's if it's still stretchy and it's not all like decayed, you can put some super glue on that belt, and again, it's weird, but it will hold for about a season, and that's about it though. Okay, so my advice, just go straight to happyholidaysparts.com or to Department 56 website and get a new belt. All right. They also have the motors on happyholidayparts.com. So this one, after changing it, I'm still going to change out the motor, but after replacing the belt, okay, you hear it clicking, you see it moving. This guy's supposed to move. It's still not moving. So something is going on. Motor works fine. Brand new belt. So, first, let's pretend I never saw that, and let's just change out the motor, shall we? You will need a soldering iron. Yes, a soldering iron. And also on happyholidayparts.com, they sell the kit for this motor. It requires a, what's this called? A resistor, a 104 number resistor. They use them in a lot of these houses, Department 56 and other brands. Just look for a resistor 104, number 104. Okay, So I'm going to take this belt off so that I can work with this a lot easier. There's 2 screws that are mounting this on here. Now, I already see what's going to happen. 2 small screws, make sure you don't lose them. Put them on a magnet, put them in a bag, something. But I cannot get this pulley out of here. Okay, so you can zoom in here. There we go, much better. I cannot get this pulley off of here, and I need to get this pulley off of here so that I can get this belt. If you don't have, let's say you buy the motor, but you don't have a 104 resistor, you can use the old one. Not a big deal, as long as it's not damaged or burnt out. It looks like it's burnt. Okay, so it looks like how am I gonna get this bad boy off of here? This is the first time replacing one of these for this unit. I have replaced the loading this way many times. But for this LEGO unit, they're very similar. There's usually just something that's like one thing different, small difference. Still, I can't get to it. Alright, most likely for something like this, I'm guessing I'm gonna have to pop it off. It is a plastic pulley. Yeah, oh, so easy. Okay, just kidding. I lied. I said you'll need a pulley puller. The metal pulleys. The metal pulleys, you need a pulley puller for you. Some of you can pop off, depends on how loose they are, but so make sure you do not lose that. Alright, there's the pulley. Make sure you paid attention to how it was on there, and now we're going to put it on our new motor, like so. Ready? Like that. There. Perfect. It's on. Oop. There. It's on the new motor. Okay. So, there was no point of me unscrewing this off of here. There was absolutely no point of me doing that. Oh, why did I? Okay. Now, I just made a boo-boo. I should not have put that back on here yet. I mean, the pulley, because I'm going to have the same problem. Dang it. There we go. I won't be able to get it back in that slot. Okay. So, I think I'm going to mount this. Let me put those 3 screws back in that I just took out. Did not need to take those off. Could have just popped that pulley off. It's just a plastic pulley. Usually you need a pulley puller. I gotta say, this is much, much easier so far. Alright. I'm going to put this back on this new motor back on first. I'm going to use the 2 little screws. Line them up with the motor mount. Okay, Now I'm going to put the pulley back on. The side with the groove up top there, that's going to go closer to the motor. Acts like a little spacer, if you will. Alright, and now I'm lining it up, and perfect. There we go. The band for this, and big wheel lined up and ready to go. Now I just got to take off the positive and negative off the old motor and the resistor. Oh, make sure, this is a DC motor, make sure that you have the correct direction, positive and negative, you know, that kind of thing. So what I would do, if you don't have a tester, get a marker. And, alright, so I'm going to turn the old motor on, okay. Alright, and it is spinning left to right. Oh, I'm so glad I'm changing that motor, because that motor is way wimpier. It's very wimpy feeling. Now, sometimes these newer Mabuchi motors don't have a positive and negative marked on it. They just don't. So, okay, we want it to go the same way. So we want it to run this way. Okay, they're both going from left to right. Now, I'm going to use my soldering iron to undo the old motor. And then before I solder it to the new motor, I'm going to make sure to test. There we go. Before I solder it to the new motor, make sure to test which direction will make it turn that way. So I got it turned on. Now I'm going to connect it to the positive and to the negative. Okay, so green goes up top here. Okay. And black on the bottom. And let's see if I can turn this around. I'll turn this back off again. Turn this around so I can show you what I'm doing here. And let's zoom back out. And let's get this out of the way so you can see. Okay. So I said green is on top. Show you how to solder this like a pro. Just kidding. I'm not a soldering pro, nor do I pretend to be, but gotten pretty good with these bad boys. So, get your soldering wire. And, oh, I'm going to take the old resistor off. Most of you are probably not going to have one of these handy, or you'll forget to get one. This one is definitely not burnt out. It looks to be in good condition. It will get hot. So they've soldered it. There's 2 little holes in the motor, and I'm trying to get enough solder off to where I could pull it out of that hole. There we go, like that. Yeah. Now same thing with the other one. There we go. Doesn't matter. These are ceramic ones. Usually they get hot. Okay. Put one side in one of the holes of the motor and one in the other side of the motor, and then bend it up just so it stays in place. There we go. And now the next one. Because this one, we actually want it going through the hole. When you do, that's what you don't want to happen. With the wires, you're just going to touch enough of the soldering wire to the ends of the positive and negative part of the motor. There. Alright, so it's hooked on. I got it out of the way going this way, hopefully. There we go. Alright, now let's solder that bad boy in place, and we're going to put a lot of solder on there. And we're going to put some more solder on the ends of these wires. Okay, so that all I have to do is touch them together. I'll show you what I mean. So this is not how you solder correctly, but I am melting it directly onto my thing, my soldering iron. I'm basically going to drip it onto the edge of this, or scrape it onto the edge of that. There we go. That is not correct by any means. I like to just drip it on there. There. Big old chunk of it. It's going to help for the next part. Same thing here. Big old chunk of it. Let's put a little bit more. Okay. That's what I mean. A big glop of it. Same thing on the wires. Okay, and there's already one on the other one. Because all we want to do now is touch this. Like it's gonna be so easy to melt these two things together. Now, trying not to get in the way, but the way that this box is, So black was on bottom, green was on top. Let's do the bottom one first. So I mean, look, touch. See? Because that big old glop of give it a test pull on both sides. If you get a nice pull and it's not coming loose, you are good to go. Okay, so we are good to go. Hopefully you're able to see that. Alright, now I can put this, well, let's give it a little test run. And it's working. You can hear it. So now, that's how you change the belt in the motor. You put this thing back on. If you do have a new 104 resistor, I would recommend you, when I'm done with this video, I am going to put a new one on. Versus using the old one. Why not, you know, if you got it. There we go. Okay. You don't have to do that, but it just keeps it out of the way of, you know, all the moving parts. I'll put my 4 screws back on. Let me test one more time. Just in case something moves around. Alright, it's good. I hear it. Put my 4 screws back on. So I'm going to have to open up the bottom of this. I only have this